Here we go. 30 days apparently. The alcohol experiment. I've been drinking way too much. Like, way, way too much. Part of the reason why I was doing the daily stoic weekly, because I couldn't handle to do it daily, because I was drinking. And the daily stoic was something I was doing to try and give myself a reason to get up. And every now and then I'd try and do daily, and of course, alcohol, life would get in the way, but I kept challenging myself to try and do the weekly daily stoic, and I still couldn't even do weekly, but kept pushing in. I made a commitment to myself to keep going. I'm glad I did, because I learnt a lot of skills of communication and video stuff and just learning about myself. So I'm glad I have journeyed the daily stoic, even if weekly. I have gotten a lot out of it, but I'm still drinking way too much, and I mean way too much. Shout out to the guys who have been drunk texting early early late night, early mornings. Cheers for that, guys. Put up with my weird banter, but someone to be drunk with, because usually I'm drinking alone, watching a movie. When the movie's finished, I'll be drunk, and felt like some community. So I text guys that I know can handle my weird thinking and my weird banter while I'm drunk. I'm drinking tea, and right here is an old wine glass that's still sitting there. It's empty. There was red wine in there. Anyway, so I'm gonna try and do this. It's been 3 days since I've drunk. Last night, I nearly went and got a bottle of something. I was finishing late. I was like, oh, I've got like 10 minutes to get to the bottle shop. So I was running, trying to get the train, and my focus was like full on. Like, if I don't get to this bottle shop, I'll have no alcohol. And I didn't get there. And it was interesting looking at that, going, wow, what have you become? So anxious. I purposely didn't leave. I purposely don't leave alcohol at home. So it has to be planned. Otherwise, it's there and I will just keep drinking more. So making it harder for myself is something that I do, but it doesn't solve the issue. So I think I'm going to try and do this. So it's been 3 days already. So this will end up being 33 days for me. And I'll read this every night with you. Join me as I start this. Me grabbing this tonight, I was like, hang on, I could just drink tomorrow night and then start this the night after. It's because it's been 3 days. It's like usually I have a good old drinking sesh every 4 days, like literally every 4 days. Stretch it to 5 maybe, but every 4 days I get full on drunk. And hey, reading this with me, you'll find out about my weird alcohol journey. But this is the introduction. Some stuff will come out. Join me. If you're trying to stop alcohol too, watch this every night with me, or use this 30-day video series to do this book with me. You get my weird banter as I'm reading along, as it makes me think stuff. I'll probably be a bit too vulnerable and say some things that I'm like, ugh, I shouldn't say that, because this is out to the world. This guy's weird. I am weird. And as you can see, I ramble a lot. I haven't even started reading yet. It's been 5 minutes. 5 minutes of ramble. Well, let's get going. Introduction. The Alcohol Experiment by Annie Grace. Thanks, Annie, for writing this book. We'll see if it helps me with my thinking and my alcohol journey. Let's see if I can do 33 alcohol-free. Start. Introduction. It's your body. It's your mind. It's your choice. Is it? Sometimes it feels like when I was running to try and get to the bottle shop, it didn't feel like my choice. There was something in me like, whoa, quick, what's going to happen if I don't get home in time? Anyway, stop rambling. During the alcohol experiment, you'll make a choice to go 33 days for me without alcohol, just to see how you feel. Let's see how I feel. You'll become a detached reporter, researching facts, writing down your observations. I probably won't be writing down observations. I'm not very good with that sort of stuff. I'll ramble. This is me note-taking. Where was I? And possibly drawing new conclusions. Let's see. This is an exciting experiment. It's not a punishment. I bet you it will feel like a punishment. It's like 3 days already, and I'm like, I could just drink tomorrow and start this the next day. No, we're not. You're not weak-willed for questioning your drinking. I am questioning. There's no judgment or labeling here. Good. You have a unique opportunity to remember how to enjoy life without alcohol. All right, let's see if I can do it. And with this book's unconventional approach, I like unconventional, I'm willing to bet you'll enjoy the process. She's willing to bet that? Yeah. Who is this for? It's for me and you. Come along. This experiment is for you if you're curious about your relationship with alcohol. Alcohol's my girlfriend. And you're thinking about drinking less often or not at all. Let's see. 33 days, we'll find out. It is also for you if, one, you are of two minds about alcohol. You want to drink less, but you also feel deprived or upset when you abstain. Yeah, it sort of helps me deal with emotions. Like, the last time I drank was because I was like, I'm not going to drink tonight. Watched a movie. It was Anzac Day. Watched an Anzac Day movie. And I was like, yeah, these guys did a lot. And what am I doing? Like, they didn't fight for me to just be an alcoholic. They fight for me to actually have an enjoyable life. And I was like, cool, I'm glad I watched this movie and didn't drink. But then I had a phone call with a friend. And it was about us maybe not hanging out. And I was really excited. And sometimes the breakup of friendships can be harder because a lot of history with this guy. And it really hit me, and I was like, geesh, maybe my alcohol is the part of us going apart. We're going different directions. And hey, even if I'm not drinking, me and him are going different directions anyway, so it's good that he had that conversation with me. But I was like, oh, and I was like, damn it, bottle shop's still open. I'm gonna go get something. So I did, just got there in time, 20 minutes to spare. If only he called me 20 minutes later. But I was drinking again, so that's the last time I drank. And I was like, oh, when's you gonna stop? But there was that emotional thing that made me go, stop it. I was gonna go to bed after the movie, but then drinking, watched another movie, stayed up way too late, and I can't remember if I was texting people. Can't remember. But I got some cool guys that live in America. They're up when I'm up too late, so they get to chat with me. Anyway, I'm rambling. Let's go back on. Who is it for? Number 2, You drink out of habit or boredom only to regret it later. I think it's a habit for me, not boredom. You are starting to wonder if alcohol is taking more than it is giving. Yeah, I would say that. It is taking, because it's stopping me from doing the daily stoic. I'm waking up with a big headache. I'm in no mood to be talking to you. You are curious about a life without booze, but do not feel you are an alcoholic. I'm curious. What would life be like without alcohol? I don't know. I've been drinking full on every 4 days, probably for the last 7 years. Really, it's like 7 years of this. Some reasons why will probably come out as we ramble on and read. Yes. Where was I? You want to drink less, but life is just too stressful. You have a love-hate relationship with alcohol, and you find yourself setting limits, then breaking them when happy hour rolls around. Oh, that's what I was just talking about. You have tried to cut back or stop drinking, possibly many times, using willpower alone and found it ineffective. Yes. You fell into drinking more than you ever wanted without making a conscience to do so. Yes. You can stop drinking for a few days, but you find yourself feeling deprived. Hang on. She been listening to me? What I said before. You are ready to regain control of your drinking, your life, your health, and your happiness. I tend to be happy. I'm always, so that's probably not, I'm happy either way. Even though I've got a headache, I'm like, I couldn't be bothered doing anything. Maybe I'm not happy. Thanks for that. You are looking forward to feeling great on Saturday night and Sunday morning and in the morning. She's saying stuff after I said it. You are ready to be your best self. Get in shape. I don't know about exercise. Let's just do this first. Regain your self-esteem and change your life. It's not for you or me if you have a strong physical addiction to alcohol. Ooh, do I? I don't know. If you are physically dependent and suffer from serious withdrawal symptoms, let's find out. And I might have to cut this short if I get this, such as delirium, tremens, and hallucinations. Ooh, maybe not drinking could be more fun. Get some hallucinations when you attempt to stop or cut back. This book may help with your emotional and psychological addiction by changing your perspective and erasing your desire to drink. Let's do that. However, I am not a doctor. She's not a doctor. I'm not a doctor. So an alcohol withdrawal can be extremely dangerous. You should seek professional medical assistance for your detoxification if you need it, and it should be medically supervised. I'm not a doctor. I don't take what I say as advice. That's the disclaimer. That's right. Is life better without alcohol? Good question, is it? That's up to you to decide. That's up to us to decide. Let's find out. My own experience with this experiment proved that for me, proved it for her, life was absolutely better when I chose not to drink. Okay, thanks for the pep talk. However, your experience might be different. It could be. Let's find out. It's your body. Bloody hell, it's my body. Yay. It's your mind. It's your choice. I'm simply inviting you to open your mind to the possibility of making a different choice, and then encouraging you to see how it changes things in your life. It's 30 days, 33 for me. It's not forever. Many people ask me if they will have to give up drinking forever if they try this experiment. My answer is, it's up to them. Let's find out. Yeah, it's up to us. My only goal is to offer you a shift in your perspective to show how some of the neuroscience behind why you might be drinking more than you like to. Let's find out why we are. Are you drinking more? I'm drinking way more than I should. You might be, you might go back to your regular drinking habits after the 33, I'll say 33 days when she says 30. You might drink a bit more mindfully or less often. May I? Okay. Or you might decide to give it another 30 days just for the heck of it. You might also decide you feel so good you never want to go back. We're going to feel that good? Let's find out. Whatever you decide, I'd love to hear your experience with the experiment. And you can email her at hello@alcoholexperiment.com. Why we drink more than we want to. Since you're reading this right now, you're probably questioning how much you drink. Maybe you know you drink too much. Maybe I do know that. And want to quit. Do I want to quit? Or maybe you're just curious about what life is like with a bit less alcohol. Maybe you're questioning whether you might be overdoing it a bit, or maybe a lot. No matter where you are on the spectrum, I'm on the spectrum, that's for sure. You're not alone. We're not alone. I've been there. She's been there. I've been there. Join me as we both journey this experiment. Tens of thousands of people inside the alcohol experiment community have been there too. They're probably wondering, we're probably wondering, why in the world you keep drinking even though you've made the conscious decision to cut back or even stop altogether. Why do we do things we don't want to do? I find myself doing things I don't want to do. I wondered the same thing. She wondered. I'm wondering. You wondering? Tell me. Comment. Let's wander together. Wander through the experiment. When I first started drinking, it seemed to be a natural, normal thing to do. I saw nothing wrong with it. I didn't know all the negative ways alcohol could affect my health. I'm getting old, so I should maybe think of that. I was a drinker and I was proud of it. I'm an Aussie, mate. I can drink you under the table with my 4X. Or as you're probably thinking, Australians drink Fosters. No, we don't. Now, where did I go? I tried hard to develop a tolerance so I could keep up with my colleagues. Yeah, she's a go-getter. It was fun. It was relaxing. I had better sex when I was drunk. Woohoo! I won't ramble about that. I better keep reading. I'll get a bit cheeky. Or so I thought. Eventually, I came to the point in my life when I started to question my drinking. I didn't like waking up with a hangover. Yeah, I don't like it. I don't get to do my weekly, daily stoic, daily or weekly. If you don't know what I'm talking about, check out my videos. I do a daily thing at the moment, daily. But that will go back weekly. But back to the book. I could drink 2 bottles of wine and not even feel it because I had such a high tolerance. So I made a conscious decision to stop drinking, and I thought that would be it. I just wouldn't drink. Easy peasy. Does that sound familiar? Yeah. If I tried to give up or moderate your alcohol consumption in the past and failed, I want you to know it's not your fault. It's not my fault. There's something going on that you're probably not aware of. And once you understand it, your eyes will be opened and you'll be able to undergo this experiment in a meaningful way. I won't be just another failure of willpower, won't it? Let's find out. To understand what's going on, we need to explore a concept called cognitive dissonance. Cognitive means the way you think, and dissonance means disagreement. So she'll probably say. So cognitive dissonance is when there's a disagreement in your thinking. That's what I was just about to say. Well, how can that be? How can it be? You've got one brain, right? Actually, your brain has many parts, and they come into conflict with one another. But what we're really talking about here is your conscious mind and your subconscious mind. And your conscious mind is everything you're actually aware of. You're tired of waking up with a headache. You don't like spending your money on alcohol. I'm trying to save money actually, and I don't like spending money on alcohol. I'm needing to spend more and more money. So maybe your relationship is suffering, or your kids don't even know you anymore. That's a bit different. What's Dad's walking funny, Mum? Because you are actually aware of those things, you make a conscious decision to stop drinking. But there's another powerful part of your mind, your subconscious. There is a subconscious. That's where you've stored a lifetime of subconscious conditioning and beliefs that, by definition, you're actually unaware of those beliefs. Our subconscious mind controls our emotions and desires. Like, that's why subconsciously I was trying to get to the bottle shop. Like, gotta go there. Some subconscious belief was like, Paul, you can't relax and go home and relax after work without having a drink subconsciously. And I'm like, getting there. Why am I so worried? And I missed it. That was last night. Tonight I'm reading this book, and I finished way past bottle shop closing, so I didn't even have a chance. Our subconscious mind controls our emotions and desires, and society's attitudes about alcohol are programmed and fixed into our subconscious minds by the media, our parents, our friends, and our role models. We don't consciously adopt these beliefs, not consciously. It's subconscious, who you hang out with, family, peers. They are imprinted on us. Take, for example, the belief that drinking helps you relax. I just said that, and now she's saying she's watching my video and reading and writing the book at the same time. I'm on to her. That's a belief you formed a long time ago after careful observation and experience. You weren't born with this knowledge, but you watched your parents drink after a long day. You've seen movies and TV shows where characters drink to relax, and you've experienced it yourself and found it to be true. So, you formed a strong belief that alcohol helps you relax. There's the thing about subconscious beliefs, they're not always true. We form our belief systems when we're very young, and sometimes we'll carry these beliefs our whole lives without even questioning them. Most of the time this is fine. The sky's blue. We can keep that one. Ice is cold. If I fall down, it's going to hurt. If you fall down drunk, you're a bit relaxed. It doesn't hurt as much. But cognitive dissonance happens when one of our subconscious beliefs disagrees with our conscious desire or decision. If I believe alcohol helps me relax, but I've decided not to drink after work anymore, that's a problem. But part of me desperately wants a drink to unwind after a long day. Part of me wanted that. And then the other part of me doesn't want to overdo it and wake up with a hangover. Yeah, I need to relax. I need to actually wake up in the morning, get out of bed, and do something. Like the Weekly Daily Stoic. Did I tell you about that? Check it out. There are two conflicting desires. That's the cognitive dissonance. To drink or not to drink. That is the question. This is one of the reasons we continue to drink more than we want to, even after we've decided to cut back. This is why willpower actually doesn't work in the long term. Merriam-Webster's dictionary defines willpower as energetic determination. That means it takes energy. It takes energy and conscious thought and actual effort. This is especially true when you're trying to stop doing something that you actually believes provides you a benefit. We don't have to exert conscious effort and energy not to drink something we believe is bad for us if we see no benefit in it. For example, there is no effort involved in turning down a glass of motor oil. No, I don't want to drink that motor oil. Ew, there's no benefit. If you believe, even subconsciously, that alcohol provides a benefit, you will be exercising willpower to cut back or avoiding alcohol. The problem with willpower is that since it is energy, willpower actually runs out. Ugh, I've got no motor oil in my tank. And if you use your willpower on one thing, like being patient with your kids or paying attention during a boring work event, you will have less willpower to use when you try and turn down the next drink, or after a long day of work, you'll have less willpower to start running towards the closing pub or bar or liquor store or whatever you call it. That is why I say you need to get out of the willpower game. Oh yeah, don't try willpower. Doesn't work. Until we resolve the inner conflict, we cannot hope to succeed. Let's pretend we're trying to avoid sweets because we're trying to lose some weight. Yeah, at the office someone at the office brings in a big plate of freshly baked cookies, and we mindlessly grab and eat one. Okay, are you kidding? Yeah, she's saying maybe we grab a few more than just one, maybe three. And bam, dissonance. Your brain doesn't want to eat cookies because you're actually on a diet, but you didn't you? There's an internal conflict. Our brains immediately try to restore internal harmony in a few ways. By number one, we change our behavior, make a vow not to eat another cookie, no matter how good they look. Number two, we can justify our behavior and say, oh, it's okay just to cheat every now and then. We all need a little sugar now and then. I deserve it. We can add another behavior to counteract the first one. This is number three. Well, if I ate the cookies, but that's okay. I'll go for a long run after work and burn off those extra calories. Number four, we can delude ourselves by denying or ignoring the conflicting information. Those cookies are probably not all that bad for my diet. They seemed pretty small anyway. It's fine. We delude ourselves all the time when it comes to alcohol or any other addictive substances. What addictive substances are you? I don't want to know. We ignore the fact that alcohol isn't doing us any favors and it's actually harming us. We do it as a defense mechanism because we're trying to solve this internal disagreement between subconscious, conscious conflict. It hurts. Humans are hardwired to avoid it whenever possible. I've got to go get away from this pain. When you're divided, you're actually not whole. It's incredibly painful. And what do we drinkers? What do me drinkers? I don't know if you drink. Maybe you do. You're watching this. Come with me. We try and numb that pain. So we drink. And then we drink even more. And then a bit more. And sometimes we drink until we black out to avoid something painful. Even just temporarily, we get away from it. The more we drink, the worse we feel mentally and physically. And the more we don't want to drink, I don't want to drink anymore, I'm going to stop it. I can do it for 3 days and then, hey, look, I deserve a drink. Let's see what happens tomorrow. No, I'm I'm finishing work late again tomorrow, so the bottle shops will be shut. So I don't tend to buy before work, so I should be safe. The more we don't want to drink, then the more the internal conflict that we create. Then that more of the conflict then creates more pain, and then that pain also makes us and me want to drink. It's a cycle, it's a spiral, and it's out of control. It's not, it's actually not intentional. We may not even know we're doing it until something terrible happens. Luckily, nothing terrible's happened. Sometimes I hear that. I read this book about this police officer who was dealing with alcohol, and something terrible did happen, and he ended up losing his job. Bam, wife, family, full on, to cause him to really stop drinking. He actually works for somewhere in Australia at the moment, helping this sort of stuff. It's a good book. I can't remember what it was called. It'll be, message me if you want to know, and I'll put it in the comments because I can find out. Anyway, but unless we address this dissonance, change continually eludes us. I tried to drink less, to set limits on my drinking. I could do it for a little while, but eventually my willpower would give out, and I'd be right back to waking up wondering, how many glasses did I drink? How many bottles of wine did I drink last night? I felt helpless, I felt weak, and I felt all alone. I'm smart and I'm capable. Why did I have so much trouble, and why did alcohol have such a grip upon me? I would intend to drink just a single glass of wine. Let's just have one, or maybe two, but would next morning wake up and like, whoa, how many bottles are lined up against the wall over there? And that would make me want to drink more then, because I wouldn't have to think about it, the fact that I'd broken that actual commitment to myself again. Drinking erased the conflict, even just for a little while. It raises the conflict and you're like, okay, it's all good. What I didn't know was there was something much bigger at work. The subconscious mind is where our desires originate. So part of me was so much stronger than my conscious desire to get my act together. The deck was stacked against me, and I didn't even realize it. The good news is that I discovered a way to truly resolve that cognitive dissonance around drinking, and it works for anything. Anything. Try for anything, by the way. If you're eating sugar and you don't want to, and you're gambling and you don't want to, watching too much TV, whatever it is, this method works to resolve the conflict and get your conscious and subconscious minds on the same page. What then happens? You get what you want with no effort. You can go to a party with all your friends, have a great time, even without drinking alcohol. You can bring in the New Year's with a ginger ale. Sounds boring. Maybe we'll change my mind later. You can save your relationships. That's a good one. Family, friends, save them. You can change your life. Want to know a secret? It's all about awareness. If you're struggling because you're unaware of that subconscious belief, then the solution is to become aware of them. Shine a light deep into the nooks and the crannies of your mind and figure out what beliefs are holding you back. What beliefs are in conflict with your desire to drink less or stop drinking? What beliefs are subconsciously there which are emotionally pushing me on? I've developed a proven scientifically based process to do exactly that. Okay. The process is based on a technique called liminal thinking. running out of battery. Hope I get this finished. The process is by analytical thinking, created by the best-selling author Dave Gray, and the work by author Byron Katie. The liminal space is the area between your conscious and your subconscious, or, like we're talking before, the subliminal mind. The technique I've developed is called ACT, awareness, clarity, and turnaround. ACT, awareness, clarity, turnaround. Say it again. No, I don't want to. You're going to become aware of your belief by naming and putting language to it. Finding a belief, putting language to it. Next, you'll clarify that belief, where it came from and how it feels inside. Ooh, it feels kind of fuzzy. Finally, you will turn around that belief, coming up with a few reasons why the opposite of that long-held belief may actually be truer or as true as the original belief. As with many of the most profound tools for change, it is a simple process of deconstructing your beliefs by asking questions like, what do I believe? Is it true? How does it make me feel? Is it helpful? Remember, when I said sometimes our beliefs just aren't true, well, that's how you untangle this mess, by discovering the truth. The truth will set you free. Does alcohol truly relax you, or do you think it just think it does? Do you really enjoy sex more when you're drunk? Do you? Come. Or does it become a sloppy, embarrassing mess you can hardly remember, and you're just pretending like, yeah, that was fun, experimental, but maybe it wasn't as fun as you thought it was. You're fooling yourself, aren't you? Remember when I said sometimes our beliefs just aren't true? Well, that's how you untangle this mess, by discovering the truth. Does alcohol truly relax you, or do you just think it does? I'm not going to suggest the answer. No, I can't make you believe something you don't want to believe. Your subconscious beliefs remain deep, entrenched, until you become aware of them and decide to change them by questioning the validity. Every few days during the 30-day experiment, you'll see our bonus ACT chapter, where we'll break it down. These special chapters present you with some facts regarding certain common beliefs about alcohol. We'll break it down together. Let's go. All I ask for you is just to keep an open mind, okay? And carefully consider what you're listening to. It might take a few days or weeks, 33 maybe, just mulling it over, talking about it. You and me, I'll talk to you about it before you decide one way or another. You might need to test. Let's test some of these theories. It's okay, we'll do that. Take as much time as you need. This is an experiment. Yes, experiment. See how it goes. Here's a preview of how the ACT works. Awareness. Name your belief in the context of alcohol. This is like, alcohol relaxes me. Clarity. Discover why we believe, where it originated, how did we get this? Ask questions of yourself and ask for external evidence. And we'll uncover truths about that belief. What have I observed that actually supports that belief? Happy hour. And the idea that everyone unwinds with a cocktail or red wine after work. Every time I talk to a friend about my struggles, either with my kids or husband or anyone I just chat to, oh, I'm drinking a bit too much, mate. They just say, no, don't worry about it. I know just one thing. Well, you need some wine immediately. Get a beer in you, mate. You'll be fine. That's what they say. What are my experiences with alcohol and relaxation? Will I get this done before my battery runs out? I don't think so. I got to read fast. Probably no one's listening past 40 minutes. Anyway, I'll go faster. What do I mean by relax? How do I feel when I'm not relaxed? How do I feel when I am relaxed? So many questions. Is it true scientifically? Externally, we believe that, but do they support? Does science actually support it? Don't worry, you won't have to do a bunch of research. Throughout these, you and me, she'll supply the data for us. Turnaround, number 3. This is where you allow your actual subconscious to let go of the belief and decide after exploring, looking at science, yeah, there are 2 steps here. First, you need to turn the initial belief around and find as many ways as you can for the opposite of your initial belief to find out if your initial belief is actually true. For example, if you believe alcohol relaxes me, the opposite becomes alcohol does not relax me, or alcohol stresses me out. Now that you've started the opposite, come up with as many reasons as you can that the opposite is true, or actually truer than the belief that it relaxes me. Maybe there's more evidence that it stresses me out more. Like alcohol stresses my body out. The hangover is actually evidence of that. Alcohol prevents me from taking action and relieving stress and things that I should be doing. It's why I'm drinking, then I don't do them because I'm hungover, causes more stress. When I drink, I am more likely to get in an argument with my spouse, and the fighting is stressful. So that's more stress because of the alcohol. When I drink, I beat myself up next few days, 2, 3, 4 days of like, I shouldn't be doing that. That's not relaxing, beating yourself up. Once you've done that, the final step is to simply decide if the belief still holds true. Is it true that alcohol relaxes me? It sounds stressful now, doesn't it? ACT, the awareness, clarity, turnaround. That's what we'll be going into. It's effective, and you can find guided sheets in the back. The important thing to do, though, is to remember that there is no right or wrong answer. It's about just going in and deciding, looking at different ways of maybe looking at it. You are not messing up if you go through this process and still feel your belief is true. I still believe it. It's okay, but it's good we're actually talking and thinking about it. Yes, it's about shifting your mindset. Maybe. Let's experiment. And while that can often happen quickly, by simply going through that process, ACT, again, there's no right or wrong answers. Now you know there's something deeper at work here, and there's something we can actually do about it. Doing that, you can use it to enact change in heaps of areas in your life, so it's actually empowering. You can use it to lose weight, exercise better, stop procrastinating, become a better parent. For now, though, let's just focus on the drinking, okay? We've got to stick with it. Often we don't think about how much we drink or why we drink, like we're doing in this experiment, until the drinking is no longer an option. We don't know if we drink because there's chaos in our lives, or we actually have that chaos because of the drink. Suddenly, when the option to escape through drinking isn't there, we're forced to take a look at what's going on in our lives and what might be triggering us. What are we trying to distract ourselves from? Sometimes the answer is obvious, like work is stressful, the boss. Sometimes we drink to avoid anything unpleasant or painful, stressful. This experiment offers us the opportunity to switch from seeing stress as a reason to drink to seeing it as an opportunity to be creative and let's find other ways to deal with those things. Maybe addressing the source of that stress is a good idea. Maybe that is a good idea. Maybe blowing off steam on the driving range, going for a run, or gym class, boxing can be maybe as equally satisfying and actually healthy as a bonus. As adults, we develop all sorts of coping mechanisms to handle stress. Maybe you like to read a book, woo, or maybe meditate, do some knitting, or exercise like we were just talking about. When she was in New York, she used to go for a long run at the end of the day. Then, when I was encouraged to attend all sorts of boozy work events from happy hours, that healthy habit then got replaced by alcohol, so she got distracted. Over time, all the healthy coping mechanisms were replaced with the alcohol, and her life was thrown completely out of balance. What she just learned is that when we're tired, stressed out, cranky, and upset, we don't actually need alcohol. What we need is to change our emotional state. We need to do something to go from tired to energized, from cranky to happy, and we think turning to alcohol will help. You are going to experience stress over the next 33 days, guaranteed. But rather than saying, oh, screw it, let's just give up, stop it, let's just have a drink, it might make you feel better temporarily, but you'll probably feel even worse the next morning when you realize you broke I broke that promise. I'm reading this book. But here's the thing, every day that you read a chapter and you are learning, you are strongly encouraging yourself to pick up right where you left off. And yes, just keep on going, even if I fail. If you make it through these without 33 days without a drink, you have learned something. So even if I make 5 days reading this, I have learned something. She's not here to tell you to stop drinking or to keep drinking. I'm simply here to provide you with a framework to discover your truth, your logical reasoning based on actual science. And at the end of the day, you are the only one that can actually make this choice. My only goal is to challenge some of the beliefs that you might be holding. It's a terrible feeling to want something different and feeling like you're actually stuck, unable to move forward in actual meaningful ways. One way or another, you'll be able to move by the end of this. You'll be able to move by the end of this experiment. Just be a reporter. Test things out. If you're used to beating yourself over drinking, give yourself a break during the. But don't beat yourself up. If you fall, it's okay. If I fall, I'll tell you, and we'll just keep going. The goal is not to be perfect. The goal is simply to test out a new way of thinking and behaving, and let's just see how it feels, to see if it moves you closer to the desires you actually want in your life. Will I be moving in the right direction, creating a momentum in the direction that I want? Will I? What I ask for you now is just to keep an open mind. Consider the possibilities presented in each day's reading. Is it possible that you could have the facts all wrong? Let's find out. Is there something going on within the brain that makes alcohol seem more attractive than it actually is? Again, all I ask is just to keep the open mind, and you can decide. Let's find out. It's your body, your mind, and it's your choice. Let's find out. A few tips before we start. One of the most interesting things I've found in my years of research is how many people want to change their drinking. A lot of people want to. She thought she was alone. I thought I was alone. You're with me, let's go. I thought I was the only one who was questioning these drinking habits. Nothing could be further from the truth. It's not that we are alone. We're not alone, okay? In our society, questioning our relationship with alcohol is actually taboo, and people don't question it. It's just go have a drink is a normal thing to do. And honest conversations around drinking just seem to invite judgment. What, you don't have a drink? I don't trust you, mate. Yet, the statistics are staggering. 80% of Americans drink alcohol, and a huge majority drink it actually regularly. And think about this. Out of the people you know who drink alcohol regularly, how many of them said something like, "Mate, I drank too much last night. I think I overdid it a bit." I'm gonna, or after last night, I'm never drinking again. And most of them have said that. Almost everyone I know, and certainly everyone I drunk with, has told me that they wanted to change their drinking at some point. They say that. Even your drinking buddies sometimes say, "Oh, mate, I think I'll stop." But painful cognitions get them back in, you know. So you are not alone in wondering. Even your drinking friends, but they don't want you to bring up the topic because it brings up that painful thing. Taboo, let's not talk about it. But we are going to talk about it, and we are not alone. You and me, let's go. Another thing I've realized after reaching hundreds and thousands of people with this message is that drinking more than you want to is actually not a weakness. If you've tried to stop drinking in the past and failed, I want you to know it's not your fault. Some of the smartest and most successful people in the world drink more than they want to. John Mayer, I saw a video with him. He decided to stop drinking. He was drinking way too much. And he just got to the point, he's like, how much do I want to be awesome? Do I just want to be 60% awesome? Yeah, then I can keep drinking. But if I want to be 100% see where I can go, then I need to cut drinking out. And he did that. And he said for a while he felt like he wasn't having fun. And he says, but then after a while, the emotions came back up, and then he was having heaps more fun without alcohol. That's what John Mayer says. Why is this happening to even the smartest and the best of us? Because we're going about it all wrong. The entire conversation about alcohol is actually flawed. And when we finish this book, we'll see that we're not an alcoholic. You're not either a normal drinker or alcoholic. Most of us fall somewhere in the middle. We're just so relaxed and just like to let go of our anxieties. There are no judgments, so let's not be judgmental. And even though I've decided to stop drinking, yeah, you may make a different decision. We may decide to drink every now and then, have a glass, but having a decision rather than that painful disco taking over subconsciously. So over the next 33 days, we'll try and keep the brain to be able to make a new neural connections, to build great new habits and eliminate habits that have actually held us back. But to experience that magic, you have to deal with a few side effects. After all, alcohol is actually a toxin, and your body needs to cleanse it. So we need to cleanse out the alcohol first. You might experience some cravings and so forth at first. It's actually completely normal and will pass as the alcohol leaves your system. So we need to get this out. It takes about a week for the body to detoxify itself. All right, let's see if I can get a week out and detox, and we'll see how I feel. Once your system is clean, you're going to feel amazing. Ooh, that sounds cool. All right, let's get this week done first, and we'll take it from there. Detox first. You'll have more energy. Your brain will feel like the fog has lifted, and it's possible to actually feel happier in the long. All right, let's see. So Few things to help. Number one, we need to make a firm decision to commit to this experiment 100%. I've been talking about breaking it already. Um, you want to burn the boats. It's only 33 days. All right, we'll see. Tell someone you trust about what you're doing and why. I'm telling you, I'm putting this on YouTube. Drink plenty of water to flush out the toxins in your system. The more you drink, yeah, your body can actually help cleanse itself. Get lots of sleep. All right, let's sleep some. So it gives your body a chance to repair itself. If you're worried about not actually being able to sleep without alcohol, the she will be covering that in the book later, apparently. Get some exercise. All right, so she wants me to exercise as well. Um, You'll feel better with keeping the blood moving. It will help with the detox, of course. Eat healthy foods. Well, this is just more than not drinking. She wants me to eat well. She also wants me to start a diary, a journal, to help us talk through. Well, this is my diary, so let's just do that. Take a photo before, and you might be surprised at the differences of what you look like after without the alcohol. Make you look a bit more sexy, she reckons. Stay social. Now, it probably might be easy to isolate yourself, and you'll be nervous to go to your normal places where you drink regularly. But you have to try and don't isolate yourself. Do it with people. Think, yeah. So keep positive. Be positive. Many people will tell me their biggest fear is they think they can't do it. I'm afraid I actually can't do it. Try and stay positive. You have a lot to look forward to. Sure, the cleansing process will take a little while. The same people who thought they couldn't do it writes to her later and say they can't believe the differences in themselves. So try and keep positive. Join this book social challenge. So there's a little challenge group, alcoholexperiment.com. There are other people you can join and create a community. You'll be amazed. Yeah, trying to do it with other people. So I'm sort of doing that here. So anyway, this is a 33-day experiment, right? So I just want you to read the short lesson for each day. So each day, so this is probably going to be a 34th thing. This is the introduction, so now it's the 34. I'll keep calling it 33. 33, alcohol free. Try to read in the morning if you can and put the recommendations into place during the day. I think I'll be reading at night but anyway. Don't be surprised if you find yourself having epiphanies in the shower and shouting, "Whoa, holy cow!" Or while you're driving, your mind will be thinking differently. Once your mind starts mulling over some of these things and ideas, there's no telling where your thoughts might be realigned and where they'll go. And you might have new subconscious beliefs and, when it actually comes in, you'll be like, whoa. As with most everything in life, your perspective can determine your outcome. So keep the perspective. So instead of thinking about giving something up, think about you're going to gain. So this is not about not having alcohol. It's about I'm focusing on what I will gain. You're going to gain more self-respect. You'll have more money. And you'll gain maybe better relationships with your spouse, with your children. You'll gain. This is a 33-day experiment of gaining things. Gaining better health as well as better relationships. You'll have a leaner body, and like she said, you will look sexy. So this is exciting. 33 days, get free. You are embarking on an amazing journey, and don't worry, it's only 33 days. You can do anything for 33 days. Can we? Let's find out. Are you ready? Let's go, you and me. It's been an hour, so maybe it'll be an hour each time I do this. No, the introduction was longer. So this is the introduction. 33 days, 33 get free with the alcohol experiment. Yeah, we'll see how I go. I'll be doing this at night, usually when I'm drinking. when I would normally be drinking, not while I'm drinking. But if I am drinking, you'll see, I'll have it. I'll be transparent. So at night, I'll be doing this. So if at night I stumble, you'll see, because I'll be like, hey, cheers, I got a wine. But I'm still reading the book, and I'm still gonna go. But I might have to detox and start the 33-day challenge again, and then we'll count the countdown. There's another alcohol book that I've got over there that I might read as I keep going daily. Like I was trying to do 10-minute videos daily. Now I'm trying to do an hour video daily. So I'm sort of upping the ante. The other benefit it will get is I will get better at communicating and reading. That's the thing I loved about doing my videos, is I've become a better communicator. I've become a better reader. I am able to chat to someone better. You. Anyway, that's enough. We've gone an hour. Thanks for joining me. And you will see me tomorrow. I'll be posting these a couple of weeks later as I'm journeying along. But we'll see how I go. See you tomorrow.